Good evening. Welcome to the show. As I said, this is the week to be up here. It is gorgeous. It's cooling off. The weather couldn't be better. The racing is still okay. There aren't big crowds. You can get into the restaurants. Come on up and join us, and I'll show you today's races right after this. To the meet, 2 3/8.
Down to the last fence. Eskimo Cove comes bursting through in between horses. Woody Boy Wood on the inside, Green Highlander on the outside, up and over and fencing well, Woody Boy Wood. But running well is Eskimo Cove. It's Woody Boy Wood and Eskimo Cove, and they're driving toward the wire together, and Eskimo Cove outruns.
America's #1 jump rider, Blythe Miller, aboard Eskimo Cove for Courtright Wetherill and Jonathan Shepard. 6'3", 10, 230. Woody Boy Wood the speed, 6'20", 330. Green Highlander 250. The exacta 1-3, 33.20. There's a late scratch in the second race. They're going 6.5 furlongs. The maiden filly 2-year-olds. Number 7, Exotica, is out. Conso double from the first race. Refund on others. Heavy favorite here. The number 2, Adora Dancer with Mike Smith.
And they're off. And Simply Saucy is out for a short early lead. On the outside, Top Secret is there. Here's Adora Dancer on the inside. Those three scrimmaging for the lead, with Rubles in behind them running fourth. And on the outside, Merit Wings is fifth. Another three back to Promising, tailing off now in sixth. Up the backstretch, and Top Secret makes the lead, and in fact makes it rather easily. The leader by length, Simply Saucy, not coming again. Adora Dancer on the inside, caught in traffic, drops back. On the outside, Merit Wings now ranging up into third. Adora Dancer on the inside is now fourth, and Rubles is fifth. Farther behind, and well behind now, is Promising. The first quarter went in 22 1/5 seconds. Around the far turn, and it's Top Secret still holding the lead. Simply Saucy driving, but second on the inside. 3 lengths back, Merit Wings is running in third. Adora Dancer dropping off. And Rubles off the turn and into the stretch. John Velasquez handwriting Top Secret, but here's a challenge from Merit Wings. A fresh challenge from Merit Wings now, who moves right alongside Top Secret. Top Secret in a drive and still grimly holding on to a short lead. Merit Wings on the outside is second as they come down to the line.
Top Secret is going to win this race. Nice move by Merit Wings to get second. Favorite Adora Dancer checked in the backstretch, never in the hunt. Remember, Exotica, a late scratch. Top Secret for John Peace, Rusty Arnold, and John Velasquez. Big balloons, 35.80, 14.20, 7.60. Merit Wings, 8.30, 4.40. Simply Saucy, $6 to show. The exacta 5.6, $260.50. Now 5.665, 118.50. The $2 double, 1.5 is $108. The Conso double with the scratched horse Exotica, the 1.7, $5.60. On to the third. This is 7 furlongs, 3 and up. They're state breds. Now one is race other than maiden claiming a starter. The heavy favorite here, the number 3, Matthew W. with Frank Alvarado.
And they're off. Matthew W. comes out in stride. Raising Peas is there. Farthest out, Mr. Harry and Roscoe Turner. At the back early are Maltby and Best Aquarian. Up the back stretch. And down inside, here comes Roscoe Turner now up to grab the lead. Matthew W. sits back in second, and farthest out, Raising Peas is third. 2 lengths back to Maltby, Mr. Harry, and Best Aquarian. Up the backstretch, Roscoe Turner on the lead. The opening quarter in 22 4/5 seconds, with heavily favored Matthew W. alongside, sticking right with Roscoe Turner. And now there goes Matthew W. up and after the lead as they round the far turn. In behind the dueling front runners are Raising Peas, 2 lengths back, and on the inside, it's Maltby, Mr. Harry alongside him, and 5 or 6 lengths back to Best Aquarian. Matthew W. now has overtaken Roscoe Turner, who drops back. On the outside, Raising Peas will try to get the front runner as they hit the top of the stretch. Matthew W. turning for home under a drive, but is Matthew W. in front on the lead now by 3/4 of a length. On the far outside, Mr. Harry. Raising Peas is also right there. Maltby down inside. Matthew W.'s in front, but he is working very hard here to keep Raising Peas at bay. On the far outside, Mr. Harry.
You know, somebody said to me the first pick 3 will pay somewhere between $30 and $40. I don't think so. Raising Peas, the Unadilla stable, Mike Sedlacek and John Velasquez. John wins another one, 22-40, 820, 820, 260. Mr. Harry, 460, 240. Matthew W, 210 to show. The exacta 5-6 is 88.50. The double 5-5, John Velasquez, 266.50. Here's the fourth. They're going 7 furlongs. These are 3 and up. Claiming tags 35,000. Pretty open betting race here. Lukewarm favor, the number 4, Direct Satellite with Mike Luzzy.
And they're off. Tata Rouge breaks sharply on the outside. Love Jazz is there with Sun Valley Sunday. Direct Satellite coming up quickly, and Concord's Prospect down toward the inside. Tata Rouge clears the field and grabs an inside position. In front by 2 lengths now. A firing line chasing in behind with Love Jazz, Direct Satellite, Sun Valley Sunday, and Concord's Prospect. Then a break of almost 4 lengths back to Line Pro, Concoctor, and Mr. Stalwart, and another 4 to Ocean Splash. Tata Rouge gets the opening quarter in 22-4. It's Tata Rouge in front at the half-mile pole, being pressed now by Direct Satellite. Tata Rouge lets it out a notch. The lead now a length. Direct Satellite still chasing second. Love Jazz on the outside right there. Running third. Concord's Prospect fourth toward the inside. Mr. Stalwart picking up momentum on the outside. Ocean Splash is coming well, but coming wide. At the quarter pole now, Tata Rouge trying to hold on for 1 more quarter mile. In between horses, Direct Satellite is coming hard. Mr. Stalwart hard charging on the outside, and he brushes with Love Jazz. Ocean Splash, Concoctor kicking in. It's still Tata Rouge trying to gut it out for 1 more furlong. On the far outside, Ocean Splash. In between horses, Love Jazz. Tata Rouge weakening. Here comes Concoctor. Concoctor, yes! Concoctor gets there by...
Concoctor improved sharply last time when Mike Freeman took the blinkers off, but a lot of people thought it might have been the off track. I guess it wasn't, because here he comes, and we've already seen 3 dirt races indicating the inside may not be the place to be. Middle of the track closes, doing quite well, at least so far. Concoctor, Gregory Hawkins, Mike Freeman, Robbie Davis. 17, 730, 450, Ocean Splash. 470, 360. Tata Rouge will look like a winner approaching the 8th pole, 510 to show. 7-6 exacta, 78.50. Quinella 6-7-7-6, $37. That pick 3 that was going to pay somewhere between 40 and 100 bucks. The old 5-5-7, $3,546. Let's move on to the 5th. This is a sprint. These are 3-year-olds. Claiming tags 35,000. I know there were 2 claims. The favorite, the number 5, Sunny Rican, was claimed, and the number 9, Shoot Boss, were claimed. I just don't have by whom.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Foxy Jerry getting out fast along with Shoot Boss. Shoot Boss and Foxy Jerry going head-to-head. There goes Judge Me Not dashing up on the inside to grab the lead. Sheila's Ice is reserved in 4th. Viva Sabona down inside. Now running in 4th, and the outside Mariner's Choice races in 5th position, followed on the inside now by Sunny Rican. Sheila's Ice is back to 7th. Medal Winner is the trailer, and they're all chasing Judge Me Not down the backstretch. Judge Me Not gets the quarter in 22 3/5 seconds, leads by a length, and that's Shoot Boss in pursuit now running 2nd. Mariner's Choice gearing up 3rd on the outside. Foxy Jerry now fades to 4th. Another 3 to Sheila's Ice is about 8 lengths from the lead now. Medal Winner picking it up on the far outside. Then Sunny Rican and Viva Sabona. Judge Me Not driving on a short lead as they hit the top of the stretch. Shoot Boss running 2nd on the outside, Mariner's Choice. Foxy Jerry farther back, Medal Winner, and Sheila's Ice down inside at Sunny Rican. It is still Judge Me Not. Judge Me Not a short lead though. Shoot Boss. Shoot Boss coming hard. Judge Me Not digging down. Judge Me Not still there. Shoot Boss. Sheila's Eyes closing boldly, and so is Foxy Jerry.
Shoot Boss made a left turn, leaving the gate, took care of number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 10 wins the race, didn't bother him, and Judge Me Not was loose. They're going to run 1-2. Shoot Boss going to be DQ'd. Foxy Jerry, another long one. Robert Murphy Sr., Butch Reed, and Jose Santos. 54.50, 18.80, 7.90. Judge Me Not, 745.50, moved up to 3rd. Sheila's Ice, 510. The exacta 10-1, $413. The triple 10-1-7. Not a bad day for long shots. The old 10-1-7, $2,795. Texas, a mile and 1/8. Melon Turf course. These are 3 and up. Claiming tag 75,000. We won't have to worry about outside closers because we're on the turf. Favorites number 7, Scanapieko with Jose Santos.
And they're off. Down toward the hedge, the Wild Irishman breaks alertly and goes up and after the lead. From the outside, Scanapieko. And then it's Beesbalens. Just in behind them, Heavy Rain is gathered back to run along in 4th. Then it's May I Inquire 5th in between horses. Soulbird 3 wide running in 6th, followed by Lermine. And the early trailer will be Mr. Hydro. Into the first turn, and the Wild Irishman's on an unchallenged lead. Scanapieko, though, is in close attendance. 2.5 lengths back. Beesbalens settles down running in 3rd. On the outside, May I Inquire now, moving gradually up into 4th. And then it's Heavy Rain, now reined in to run in 5th position. Lermine has a good trip in the early going, saving ground. And then it's Soulbird at another 3.5 back to Mr. Hydro, who trails the field behind Honest Enough Fractions. Up the backstretch, and the leader is the Wild Irishman. But pressure coming now from Scanapieko. Scanapieko prompting the Wild Irishman. Just in behind, Beesbalens continues to run in 3rd. May I Inquire is moving comfortably in 4th position now, about 4 lengths from the front. Then it's Lermine on the outside. Heavy Rain coming under a bit of a ride there by Jorge Chavez. And then Soulbird, and Soulbird is strong, but still 8 lengths behind around the far turn. Scanapieko turning up the pressure now on the Wild Irishman, but still the Wild Irishman holds a short lead. On the outside, Scanapieko is right there. And then it's Beesbalens now running 3rd. Lermine is 4th. Soulbird has picked his way through the pack and is 5th in the far outside. May I Inquire down on the rail. Coming down to the last furlong, Scanapieko. Scanapieko with a short lead. The Wild Irishman battling on bravely. On the outside, Soulbird, Beesbalens, and Lermine.
The Wild Irishman beat the gate today. Scanapieko lets him get away with that. Scanapieko was the main speed. Wild Irishman is able to fight back when he's caught because he set his own fractions. Sabine Stable, Joseph Greeley, Bobby Barbera, and Mike Smith. The Wild Irishman always opens 3 to 1 because of his name. Today you got the money at $14. 540, 370. Scanapieko, 350, 280. Soulbird, 430. The 27 exacta, an even $50. Let's get back on the dirt for this one. 7 furlongs, fillies, 3-year-olds, non-winners at 2 races, then maiden claiming a starter. The favorite, the number 5, Queen Tata, with Shane Sellers.
They're off. Blind Trust gets out quickly for the inside Full and Fancy. Farthest out, Paradise Hill is there. Queen Tuda's up with the early front runners. And in between horses, Christmas Cactus up the backstretch now. And Blind Trust a short lead. Paradise Hill pressing. Down on the inside, Full and Fancy. Christmas Cactus right there with Full and Fancy. In behind that group, it's Queen Tuda, close to the pace and running 5th. Another 2.5 length break. Back to Love Tunnel, who's 6th now. May We trails the field along with Honor Society. Up the backstretch after a quarter of 22 4/5 seconds. And there's room at the inside now for Full and Fancy. Full and Fancy getting through a narrow opening, getting on even terms with Blind Trust. Paradise Hill is right there. Christmas Cactus toward the inside. Love Tunnel revving up on the far outside. Queen Tuda is 6th, but only 2 lengths from the front. Then farther back, May We and Honor Society. It is wide open here. Anyone could win this one as the field turns for home. Blind Trust, short lead. Full and Fancy comes wide, giving Queen Tuda room to come through on the inside. Love Tunnel is there in the far outside. Paradise Hill is driving down to the final furlong now. Blind Trust, Queen Tuda, Full and Fancy, and on the far outside, Love Tunnel. It's Queen Tuda down on the inside, Full and Fancy, and Blind Trust. Photo finish, too close to call.
This is a classic case. There's the horse on the inside, Queen Tuda with Shane Sellers. That's where he had to take her. He had nowhere else to go. Here's Blind Trust in the middle of the track where he's supposed to be today anyway, and that's going to be the difference at the line. Don't write in letters. They're both trained by Mark Hennig. Team Valor Stables, Blind Trust, Mark Hennig and Pat Day, 11, 420, 320. Queen Tuta, $3, 250. Full and Fancy, 420. The 7.5's 32.40. The triple 751, $236. Here's the 8th, the mile and 1/8, Melon Turf, 3 and up. That one is at 8,400 3 times, other than maiden, claiming starter, or a hunt meet. Favorite, lukewarm, not that heavy. Lower Egypt with Pat Day.
And they're off. Lower Egypt off to a stutter step start. Sandman Sims came bouncing out. And Sir Wollaston looking for the lead from the outside now. Sir Wollaston takes the initiative, and he's very keen today. Robbie Davis trying to settle him down, but the anxious Sir Wollaston sprints away from them by almost 5 lengths. And then it's out from under. Now running along in second, down toward the inside, Sandman Sims third, and Lower Egypt is fourth on the outside now. And then it's Artima, 2 lengths back to Best of Music, and the early trailer will be I'll Fax You. Sir Wollaston keyed up today. He ran a quarter in 22 and 2/5 seconds, leading by 5 as they move up the backstretch. Out from under, running second, and Lower Egypt now making methodical progress, third on the outside. Sandman Sims in behind horses, fourth. 5.5 lengths back to the trio of trailers, I'll Fax You, Best of Music, and Artima. Up the backstretch now, Lower Egypt, who was off last, is coming to the neck of the front runner, Sir Wollaston. A half in a taxing 45 and 4 for Sir Wollaston. Lower Egypt right there now on the outside. Out from under, running in third, and here's Sandman Sims making a move on the outside. They're moving toward the top of the stretch. It's still Sir Wollaston. Lower Egypt right alongside. And Sandman Sims is poised in third. Out from under's had a good trip so far. Right there in behind the lead, running in fourth. Best of Music fifth on the outside. Down to the last furlong. And Lower Egypt now, as Pat Day goes to the whip, Sir Wollaston weakening. Here's Best of Music, and in between horses, Sandman Sims and Artima.
A lot of horses had trouble here. Not the winner, Best of Music, coming out of a 1 5/8. They don't like to bet horses off that. He's going to be the winner. Horse running second is one of the horses that had trouble. Another would be Out from Under, and of course, Lower Egypt will weigh slowly. Best of Music. Stephen Riemann, David Donk, Mike Smith. $764, $310. Artima, $936.50. Sandman Sims, $6. The 1-9's $110.50. Triple, 192, $745. The pick 3 here, the 271, $510. Well, if anybody had picked the pick 6, I personally would have had cardiac arrest, so maybe now you wish they had. Nobody picked 6. In fact, if you had 5 right, it might have been 1 ticket, who knows? 3 tickets had it, 21,000 plus, carry over, $250,000 waiting here tomorrow. Here's the 16th running of the Grade 2 Forego, $100,000 added, 7 furlong handicap for 3 and up. Mr. Greeley scratch leaves us a field of 4. Light the Fuse, 3 to 5 with Julie Crone.
They're off. Light the Fuse bounced right out on the lead. Light the Fuse immediately to the front. And not surprising, came out second. Slick Horn now trying to gain ground quickly. Julie Crone takes a pretty good hold of Light the Fuse, had the lead, and concedes it to Slick Horn. Slick Horn in front. Light the Fuse was wrangled back and now runs alongside. 3.5 lengths back to not surprising third, and Our Emblem will be fourth as they continue up the backstretch. 22 and 3 for the first quarter. Light the Fuse and Slick Horn moving in tandem past the half-mile pole. 3.5 lengths back, and not surprising, runs in third. On the inside, Our Emblem is only 4 lengths behind at the midway point on the turn. Light the Fuse overtaking Slick Horn. Light the Fuse now, there by a half length. Slick Horn put to a drive, trying to come back. Not surprising, running third. Our Emblem in with a chance at the top of the stretch. Off the turn into the stretch. Light the Fuse now. And Julie Crone shakes him up. Slick Horn down inside. Here's Not Surprising. Not Surprising takes the lead at the 8th pole. Not Surprising in front, leaving Light the Fuse in his wake, and Our Emblem making a belated bid.
When a speed horse beats the gate, you're supposed to go on with it. Unless Dick Dutrow told Julie to take back, she does take back. I don't think she's going to beat this horse today anyway. This is a very nice horse who may be a factor in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. This is Not Surprising. Robert Van Warp, Judson Warp, Robbie Davis. 11:46.20 and out. This horse won 2 stakes. Won the A Phenomenon up here. Our Emblem, 5:30. Light the Fuse finishes third. The Exacta, 5-2 in a field of 4, $34. Here's the last. This is a mile and eighth. These are 3 and up. Now wins the race other than Maiden claiming a starter. They only seem to be betting 2 of them. The number 2, Crimson, John Velasquez looking for his triple, and the number 5, Slip, with Ramon Perez.
And they're off. Slip and Victory Mill and Deputy Politan scrimmaging for the early lead as they race for the first turn. Victory Mill a short lead, Deputy Politan on the outside. Slip is right there. Then down on the rail, Crimson benefiting from his inside post position. And then it's Hawaii Star who's running along 5th on the outside. At the rail, Knack Attack settles in 6th now, about 4.5 lengths from the lead. Just Wild second to last, and the trailer is Babylonian. They were idling along on the lead. The opening quarter, 24-4, a real pokey pace here with Victory Mill getting a narrow lead over Deputy Politan, who is offering only mild pressure. Slip is just in behind them, and it's 2 lengths back to Crimson running 4th on the inside, followed by Hawaii Star. Just Wild now. Just Wild advancing quickly on the far outside, followed by Babylonian. Knack Attack shuffled to the back of the pack. They continue to creep along. The half went in 50 seconds flat. They're a half mile from the wire. And in Victory Mill and Deputy Politan have been together through these easy fractions. And now Slip is put to a drive, running 3rd. On the outside, Just Wild forced to go 4 wide as he makes a move. Crimson just in behind the lead, only 3 lengths from the front. At the back of the pack and within striking range are Hawaii Star, Babylonian, and Knack Attack. The field turning for home. Victory Mill cuts the corner. Victory Mill now the leader by a length. Deputy Politan couldn't keep up with Victory Mill, but Crimson splits horses, and with a decisive thrust, Crimson takes the lead at the 8th pole. Victory Mill driving on the inside 2nd, and Slip is 3rd. They're coming down to the finish line, and it's Crimson in front. Victory Mill 2nd. Crimson is the winner by a length. Victory Mill.
Don't like to take just broke maidens in their first race against winners, but this horse had run very well last time out. Besides which, the 9th race today was the Forego. Who owned Forego? Martha Gary and the Lazy F Ranch. She presented the trophy. Now we run the 10th race. Who's the owner of the winner? You got it, Lazy F Ranch. And Angel Pena Jr. is having some meeting up here. John Velasquez gets his 3rd. 650, 410, 290. Eddie Maple almost brings in another long one. Victory Mill, 1885, 20. Slip, 270. 2-6 exacta, 169.50. Triple, 265, $516. The double, 5 and 2, 37.80. That's in the 10th race, the number 14, Overtake. If you're here tomorrow, they're having the 2nd annual Homestretch Festival. That's from 5 to whenever it ends. This is at the Parting Glass on Lake Avenue in Saratoga Springs, again, for the Disabled Jockeys Fund, Thoroughbred Retirement, Backstretch Recreation. So if you're here at Saratoga, it might be fun to go. Then if you're here tomorrow, we're saluting the Armed Forces. Parachute team will land on the track before the 1st. We'll see you then. Good night. May the horse be with you.